My name is Kevin Trethowan, and I'm one of the co-owners of the Niagara Herbalist. We are a recreational cannabis retail store based out of St. Catharines in the Niagara region. My main roles within the business is sort of inventory management, for me making sure we're being compliant in terms of all of our products, where our products are going, where they're coming in and where they're leaving to. Other than that, it's just general management of the business with my co-owners, it's my wife Jessica and my brother-in-law Max. We all have our own individual specific roles within the business, but then generally speaking, we manage the store as a whole together. A few of the challenges that we face here is the biggest one is the stigma surrounding cannabis. It's a new and sensitive industry, and we're finding that educating and community work is such a big thing for us here because we want to push across the facts about cannabis and promote responsible use. So that's a big thing for us. Another big thing is the black market. We have people come here often saying, you know, my guy can sell it for this much, my guy can do this, my guy can do that. But the thing is, we like to compare that to sort of the wine industry. You know, anyone can make their own wine in the basement, but it's not tested. It's not necessarily safe. You don't know how it was grown. Anything that was done in there, you don't know how it was made. Whereas with the cannabis that we have on site here, it's from Health Canada, it's heavily tested, heavily regulated, and you've got good, high quality cannabis. So kind of dealing with that as well. It's like paying a premium for a better bottle of wine than paying something that your friends make themselves. So when it comes to us choosing a vendor and what we were looking for, is we wanted a vendor that has cannabis specific experience. It's such a niche market, and because it is so heavily regulated, it's different from any other retail business that's out there at the moment. So the biggest thing for us was finding someone who had dealt with cannabis before. As again, it's such a sensitive nature that not many banks or people want to be involved with because of the status of it. So we were delighted that we could get Merrco on. So we did have a few vendors to choose from, but Merrco really stood out. One of the biggest three things were the cannabis experience. As I mentioned before, that's critical for us. Secondly, they had an easy integration with our POS system. Again, anything that makes our lives easier was definitely one thing that we wanted to make sure we had. And Merrco were highly recommended from our bank. We sat down in a meeting and they asked us about this side of the business and said, this is the guy you need to speak to. And we spoke to Dan. Right from the get-go, it was like, yeah, this is it, done. He explained everything to us, and we were like, yep, done. So to get up and running with Merrco, it was actually Dan at Merrco that was pestering us to get our stuff done because we had so many things going on to make sure we hit the April 1st deadline. I mean, 2 months before when we got the property, it was offices, so we had so much work to do. And Dan was like, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. So we filled out the paperwork, sent it off, and then I think I spoke to Dan maybe a few days to a week later, and he said, oh, everything's done and ready. So that was massive for us because it really is such a huge headache, and we've not done anything like this before to this detail. So to have Dan come in and say, give me the information, let me do this for you, and then just to say, here's your product, you're ready to go, it was superb. In terms of issues with Merrco, with everything that was going on, I can't actually remember us having any issues whatsoever. We had a slight issue with one of the terminals for the startup, but that was another part of the business which is unrelated to Merrco, and that was just a simple phone call, and they rectified that on the spot for us. And like I said before, because of everything that was going on, the setup, we had so many headaches. It was great that Merrco wasn't one of them. We've been able to achieve really solid results with partnering with Merrco. The biggest thing that we have is a fast and stable service. There's not been a point where it's gone down. It's always been available. And we've actually had customers comment on how fast the transactions are processed. The terminals themselves have worked with Merrco. As soon as you tap your card on there, it's almost instant that it's done. And like I said, you know, in terms of the setup, it was Dan that took care of pretty much everything for us. So the results have been extremely positive. There's a few reasons why I would highly recommend Merrco to any other business or person that's looking for the services that they offer. Fast and reliable. That's two of the biggest things in any business. You want speed and you want efficiency and you want it to be reliable. It's a personable company as well. So I know that I can text or call Dan anytime during the day, evening, nighttime, and I'll get a response almost straight away. And having that sort of personal touch really adds a lot of value to the services that they offer. And the fees are fair. And, we compared it to a couple of other vendors, and the fees are bang on. We've no complaints from that.